It's been raining all day. It's all dark and gloomy. It sucks. Can't stand the weather sometimes. I'm not a big fan of going out when the sun is shining, because when you're driving and the sun is setting for a while and it just blinds your eyes, it really does suck too. But I don't know. This is pretty bad. I don't like the rain. I don't like thunder or lightning either. I'm not a optimistic person. I'm pretty much of a pessimistic person. I don't know. I just don't like anything. Oh well. You're not here to, hear me bitch about the weather. You're here to see a review of Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, the first book in the Dark Artifices trilogy, and they spin off from the Immortal Instruments series. So, pretty much right after reading City of Heavenly Fire, which was just insane and crazy, and so much stuff went down, I read the Bane Chronicles, and then while reading the Bane Chronicles, I read the Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, which was so good, by the way. Oh my god, that was awesome. That's Simon's point of view, going through the Shadowhunter Academy, because it was just so good. So, in City of Heavenly Fire, you meet Emma and Julian and the family from the Los Angeles Institute, and now they have their own book, and there's a lot of connections made from this book, or in this book, from the oh my god, let me get my words across. Okay, so there's a lot of connections made in this book from City of Heavenly Fire and the Tales from the Shadowhunters Academy. That's why I mentioned that, by the way. It is so good. I love the connections. At least one of the connections is so good. I love the little visits from Magnus and Jace and Clary and Alec, and it was so fantastic. Oh my god, I just can't get over how much I love this book. The hype is so real on this, so much. This has got to be Cassie's best Shadowhunter book by far. I loved it. Oh my god, it's so hard for me to talk about this. So yeah, you meet Emma and Julian in City of Heavenly Fire, and this is their book. This is 5 years since the Dark War and the Cold Peace, and Emma and Julian are parabatai, which is not so good for them. By the way, I'm going to tell you now, minor spoilers coming. It'll just happen. I won't be able to stop myself. So, Emma and Julian are parabatai. It's been 5 years since the Dark War, so they're 17 now. They were 12 in City of Heavenly Fire. And Julian is pretty much a parent to his siblings, because his father had died in the Dark War, and his older siblings were, well, Mark was taken by the Fae and now is stuck in Fairyland, and Helen was sent to Wrangel Island. She is now like a prisoner there. So he doesn't have any older siblings, and his uncle, who's technically the caretaker, isn't in his right mind, so he really can't take care of these children, and he can't really even take care of the Institute, so that's pretty much left to Julian as well. Like I said, minor spoilers coming. In the very end of City of Heavenly Fire, you see a little something, and so I knew that was coming, and you see them making like a trade for Mark. Not really a trade, it's like a bargain. Or not, like a, how do I say this? It's kind of like a trade. So, there are these murders that are happening in Los Angeles, and it is up to the Institute to investigate them, but they can't investigate them because Fae have been killed, and because of the Cold Peace, they are not allowed to investigate these murders or interact with Fae at all. And so the Clave has denied everything. They're not allowed to, they're not allowing them to investigate it at all. And Emma really wants to investigate these murders because she believes they are linked to her parents' murders. She doesn't believe that Sebastian was responsible, and she wants to find out what really happened. And so the Fae come, and they say, our people are being killed as well, so we want to know who actually did it, and we want you to investigate it. And if you do, we're allowing Mark to stay. Mark is able to stay with them for the course of the investigation, and he's allowed to choose at the end if they actually do find out who did it and do solve this case. They're giving Mark the choice of whether to go back to Fairyland or stay with his family. So much stuff happened in here. And so many ships, so many relationships, oh my god. So I ship Mark and Christina. I was shipping Mark and Kieran? I don't know how to say his name. Because I did like them at times, but then something happened in this book that made me want to strangle him. So I am not shipping Mark with Christina because I do feel like they're just so cute together. And then there's Diego, perfect Diego, which, I feel so bad because he's in love with Christina. So now there's a love triangle going. And Emma and Julian are just so perfect for each other, but they can't be together because they're parabatai, and you find out why they can't be together, why it's so forbidden for parabatai to fall in love. Not happy about that. And I knew the ending was going to be awful because the ending always has, like with Cassie's books, every single one of the first book endings always have this shock. And you're just like, great, now it's just going to be awful. Now you're going to lose the relationship you really want. Hence Tessa and Will and Jason Clary. And then, of course, by the third book, everything is fine. So I know I have 2 more books to go before everything is fine, but everything was working out so well with Emma and Julian, and then you find out about why they're forbidden. And so Emma has to do what she's got to do, and it just hurts so much. So much. This book literally broke my heart. There's so many characters I love in here. I love all the siblings. I love Christina, and I think Christina and Emma are just so wonderful together, and I wish they were parabatai and not Emma and Julian. I want Emma and Julian together. And I loved Malcolm. I loved him. I thought he was going to be a perfect, or like he was going to be like the new Magnus, he was going to help out the Shadowhunters, and then, something happens and he can't. Or he doesn't. It's just awful. I like Diana, or I think it's Diana, it could be Diane. I believe it's Diana. She's the tutor for the kids, and she's great, but there's mystery shrouding her, and so you don't really know where her allegiances lie. You don't know what she's really up to. It's insane, and you still don't find out. And there's something going on with Ty, and there's also some mystery shrouding him, like, why is he, how he is, and he's not like his other siblings. Ty is one of the siblings, and you find out, you don't really know why he's, doesn't look like an actual Blackthorn. You just don't know why he is how he is, and it's just insane, and so much goes on here. There's the murders, there's the relationships, the trauma, and some of it was, this book was amazing. I will say it was just so good. And Mark coming back was it was just awesome. And I loved Mark. I loved how he spoke. He spoke with like such poeticness. I don't know. He spoke with such prose, and I loved him. And I just, oh my god, it's like I love Julian, and I fell in love with Julian, but I fell in love with Mark too. I was just like, it's like, I just love it when he speaks. And he's got so many quotes in here that I just love. And I love him and Emma. But I don't love them like that. I don't want them to be together. And it's gonna be inevitable. I just knew that. But this book is insane. This book is amazing. The ending broke me, of course. I saw that coming. And then there's a little extra, which you get like a scene from all the characters we love, Jason, Clare, and them. And that ending was like, what? What? Why? There's a little extra scene, and at the very end, like the last sentence, you're like, what? What just happened? Why are you doing this? No, stop, stop, just don't do it. I need the next book in my hands, like right now. I need the next book in my hands. I want it so bad, and I know the next 2 books are going to be awful. You know, they're just going to be hard. Like the next book, the sequel is always the one where you just know there's so much pain, and there's going to be more pain, and it's going to be awkward at times. It's just going to be so awful. But then the 3rd book comes, and everything's going to be back to really good and the happiness, and I need the 3rd book. I want the 2nd book and the 3rd book to come out right together so I can get to that pain, but then go into like the happy ending, and I'd be really happy. And I know I'm going to have to wait 2 years to find that. But I love this book so much. I love the mystery, I love the drama, I love the romance. Oh, there's a beach scene, guys. It was so good. So good. I loved it. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. This is the first book in in a Shadowhunter series that I've given a 5 out of 5 stars. The thing is that with the Immortal Instruments, Clary has no idea about the Shadowhunter world. She just has no idea what's going on. So the first book is like an introduction. The same thing with Tessa. It's like an introduction into the Shadowhunter world and them getting used to it. Where Emma is already immersed in the Shadowhunter world. She has been her whole life. She's been a Shadowhunter her entire life. So you don't have to go through that introduction. It just goes right into the action and the drama and everything, and I loved it. I loved all the characters. I loved Christina. I loved Malcolm and the siblings and Julian, and it was so amazing. Oh my god. I loved this so much. I knew it was gonna break me though. Alright guys, so that's my review for Lady Midnight. I didn't want to go into too much. I don't want to spoil everything about this book. I wanted to just do a little minor spoilers just because I couldn't help myself. And I knew if I spoiled it too much, you guys probably wouldn't want to read the book. It would probably be too late for you guys. But, that's my review. I loved it. Like I said, it was amazing. Definitely pick it up. You should definitely read the Mortal Instruments series, plus the Infernal Devices, plus the Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy. Definitely, highly suggest you read those. All 9 novels and 10 novellas before you go into Lady Midnight, because there will be a lot of connections made in that book from those books. So definitely suggest you do that. So that's it, guys. That's it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.